scanf is predefined function in stdio.h header file. stdio.h means it is a standard input-output header file. As a name it defines, it is a basic input function. Okay, what do scanf function? It scans a series of input fields and it assigns that value into particular variable. It assigns into particular variable. But we have to, in scanf function, we have to mention particular address of the variable. For example, it scans a value, and after scanning that value, we have to mention what variable it has to accept. Further, we have to assign, we have to give address of that particular variable. Okay, basically scanf function syntax is, first we have to write scanf open bracket and format specifier. Next, after format specifier, we have to mention comma and address of the variable we have to give. If you give this style only, then only it accepts the value. Okay, format specifiers, it format each field according to corresponding format specifier and store formatted input at address passed as an argument following. Basically, we use address operator as ampersand symbol, and in scanf syntax we mentioned first format specifier. In format specifier we have to define, for integers we have to use %d, and for decimal point numbers we have to use %f, and %c for single character, and %s for more than one character. Generally more than one character we call string. For example, integer case we have to define like this. First we have to define in declaration part int here is a keyword which represents the I variable as an integer, and for if you want to accept a integer value we have to mention like this only, scanf open bracket percentage open bracket double quote percentage. This is the format specifier, and we have to close the bracket. After closing the double quote, we have to use comma and ampersand of a. Here ampersand of a, it represents address of the I variable. It scans, for example, if you enter a value of 10, then it assigns to I variable by using address of the I variable. For example, if you want to use integer type, if you want to use float type decimal numbers, then we have to define first in declaration part we have to define float I and scanf, similar format only, but we have to change format specifier %f. Similarly, in case of character %c, and in case of string we have to define, but in case of string we have to define char name array format. We will discuss in later classes array format. Here scanf %s comma ampersand name. In this way we have to define. Actually we have different types of scanf function. C scanf, which is used to color scanf, and F scanf, and S scanf, VF scanf, V scanf, VS scanf. We have different types of scanf. We will discuss in later classes. For this, first for integer I am using enter a value, I am scanning and compiling, I am running, I am assigning 10. Okay, what happened here? Value is 10. For example, if I given like this 10.234, it won't accept because format specifier is %d, and we defined integer, that variable I we defined as an integer. That's why it won't accept, just it takes only integer part only. Just let's see. Okay, 10. Let's see. Okay, I'm given 10.234. 10.34. Okay, it is showing only 10. It rejecting decimal part because it is an integer we defined as defined integer type. For example, I want to define as a float. We have to use the keyword float. We have to change the format specifier here %f, and next we have to change here in printf, we have to change format specifier %f. Okay, 10.34. Okay, here what happened here? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 decimal numbers printed after decimal point. I given compiling 10.567. But actually in percentage, in place of percentage, I given %.2. That's why it printed 10.46. This after decimal point, it printed only 2 decimal numbers only. Okay. For in case of float, we have to define like this. For example, in case of character, I am defining char. We have to change %c, and we have to change %c. Okay, I am taking capital Y, value is y. For example, in case of string, we have to mention name of 10. Here this is array format. Name of 10 means it name contains 10 characters. Here we have to change %s, and here also we have to change %s. I'm printing. Sorry, we have to change here name also. Name. See the mistake. Actually, undefined symbol I. Actually, we changed that variable name as a name, but here we didn't change. That's why it is showing undefined symbol I. In declaration part, we are not defined I. That's why it does not know. Our compiler does not know. Okay. I'm compiling Vj. Okay, got. Okay, this is where we use scanf function. I will show another type of scanf function. For example, cscanf text color blue. Text color blue. Actually, I given text color blue, even though it won't print text in blue color. It's not printing, but if you change here, you observe what happened. See printf. Okay, you got it now. But what happened here? Enter the value. What the string we given in C printf that is printed in blue color, but scanning of that name not taking that blue color because of we are not given C scanf. You observe here when I changed scanf to C scanf, Okay, you will definitely identify the difference. Okay, you got it now. This is the cscanf function. Okay, but in finally value is Vijay. It is not printed in color format. I am giving like this. See printed. You see the difference. Okay, this is where we use scanf function and cscanf function. Okay, thank you for watching the video.